Good evening there, my name's Phil. This is Leicester Fan TV and welcome to a new type of show that we're going to try tonight live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Periscope. So if any of you are watching this on any of those channels, do feel free to put your comments in and I can pop them on screen. So if anybody is watching live, give us your views on who we should be picking. Now, that's really what the aim of this show is, the tactics show. It allows all us fans to have a go at picking who we think Brendan Rodgers should pick for Leicester City to play at Norwich tomorrow night. A very, very important game, as I'm sure a lot of Leicester fans will think. So put in the comments who you think should start. We'll go through the tactics. We'll pick different players, as you'll see, and hopefully we'll have a bit of fun and you enjoy tonight's new type of show. So let's get on with it. Yes, welcome indeed to tonight's brand new show, the Tactics Show. We're going to try and do one of these before every single Leicester match going forward, and we want to get your views in, your comments in. As you can see here, we've got Norwich against Leicester. Let's start with the team news. Good news is Hamza Chowdhury is back in contention for tomorrow. So is Wilfred Ndidi, and perhaps the surprise one for myself is Iheanacho is available for tomorrow night's clash. So what we're going to do, let's briefly talk you through the premise of what we're trying to do today. We've got the whole squad there. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take them through to this following page, and with your help, I'm going to help put together what is the fan starting 11. So if you put the comments in on screen, I can add them in there, just like Jake Palmer's done there. Hey, Jake, how are you? I'm good. Ross has already said, need to get Nacho to start over Vardy, something fresh. Indeed. Aggie says, let's get Ndidi back in. Would you get Ndidi straight back in, or do you have to be a bit careful with him, Aggie? That is going to be one of the key things to discuss. Dave Belstead says, the only thing I would change would be to bring Wilf in if he's fit. He is fit. I can tell you that, Dave. He is fit. James Hill is saying unchanged squad. So who do you think should be in? Owen says it's a big game tomorrow, 100% need the win. I agree with you, Owen. Listen, let's get on with picking some of these. James Moore is saying Casper. I think Casper, obviously, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? We're going to have Casper Schmeichel in there at goal. I think, obviously, Johnny Evans is clearly going to be in there at centre-back. Sonku is fit. I'm not even going to ask you whether you think that is the starting back centre-backs, because we all know it is. Ricardo Pereira is definitely going to be at right back. So there he is. I'm putting him in at left back. What am I doing? Ben Chilwell, I think he's going to get picked, isn't he? Ben Chilwell. Now, here's your first question. Is Christian Fuchs played a back five against previously against Man City at times? Would you have Christian Fuchs in there as a back five, or are we going to play Wilfred Ndidi in there? Or Hamza Chowdhury? What are your views on that? That's a big question. Who would you have starting in there? Would it be Mark Charles is saying get James Justin in? It's a shout, Mark. I don't think James Justin will feature tomorrow night, but it's a good shout. Craig says James at right back and Ricky Pereira at right midfield. Interesting, Craig. I don't think he's going to go for that, Craig, if I'm honest, but a good shout on there. James Justin, is Mark saying that? Fuchs at left back, says Mick Hewitt. Does anybody agree with Mick Hewitt that Fuchs will play left back? I don't think he will. I think interestingly, I think Fuchs isn't going to feature tomorrow. I think he is going to bring Wilfred Ndidi back in. Do you agree with that as a central holding midfielder, that Ndidi is going to be back? I want to know your views on that. James Moore is saying he thinks Hamza will be in. So again, that is the question. Will it be Hamza in there tomorrow? Will it be Ndidi? Could it be Christian Fuchs in a back there? Zach is saying, could it be Matty James in there? I mean, Matty James came on for the last 10 minutes against Man City. Bit surprising for me that he came on there, got a bit of game time, but I don't think he'll start tomorrow. Lewis is saying rest Wilf and start Dennis Pratt. I think that is a good shout, Lewis. Mark Charles is saying again, he is banging the drum big style for drop Ben Chilwell and get Fuchs at left back. I hear what you're saying, Mark. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it's a fair enough view, Mark. Absolutely. Craig saying Dennis Pratt did okay, definitely in midfield. So with Wilfred coming back from injury, are we saying that we would leave him out for tomorrow, give him a rest, put Dennis Pratt in? Let's pop him in there, put Dennis Pratt in there and put him in there with Yuri Tielemans. Would you agree with that, which is what we did last time? Chris Cambiasso saying up with Junior Lewis. Very good there, a bit of old school. Get your views in there, get your comments in. Who would you have in there? At the moment, people seem to be saying keep Dennis Pratt in there, had a good game. Yuri Tielemans, I don't think Yuri had such a great game against Man City. What are your views on Yuri Tielemans at the moment? Larry Woodward saying teams seem to have rumbled our system. Stick with 3 at the back, hopefully. Not convinced Brendan will, though. No, Larry, I probably agree with you. I don't think he will stick with that. I think he will perhaps change it around again. What do you think on Yuri? Do you think Yuri is going to stay in there with Dennis Pratt? I'm just sorting this out there. Is that our central mid? Obviously, Dennis Pratt defensive and Yuri Tielemans a little bit more attactive. Tom Bings seems to be agreeing with that. Tom saying get Dennis Pratt and Yuri in together. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you get Ndidi in there? Mark saying get the same team that smashed Southampton and we could get 10 at Norwich. They're rubbish. Very positive from Mark, very positive, but I'm not sure. I'd be more than chuffed with any type of win tomorrow. I want to know your views on this. Get your comments in. I'll pop them up on screen. James saying if you play Pratt and Yuri, you have to play 3 centre-backs. So that is a bit more like that, according to James Moore. James is saying let's play it like that. A 5 at the back with Dennis Pratt and Yuri Tielemans. Do you agree with that or not? Costa is saying we'll be 4-3-3. Costa, who would you be picking in that 4-3-3? Let me know that. Matthew Bond is talking about Yuri, saying Yuri is not been the same player since we have signed him. What do you think about Yuri? Get your views in. Dave Felstead is saying get Wilf in, get Yuri on the bench. Somebody on Facebook is saying, look at Phil with his new toy. Absolutely. We're trying to bring you better content, whoever that is putting those comments in there. We are trying to improve this. This is the fan show for you guys. Give the youngster a chance. Same team, says Sports. Thanks, Josh. Says, get the same team which started against Man City, infamy. So you're thinking of getting Christian Fuchs, Dennis Pratt, Yuri Tielemans in there. Is anybody thinking that we should get Wilfred in there, or we rushed him back before? Should we give him a bit more rest? It sounds like you were thinking that Christian Fuchs could be in there as that back 5. That Fuchsy could be in there as the defensive, shore up that defence. I thought it worked well against Man City, but what I want to know is your views in there. Somebody on our Facebook group is saying, very happy with how solid we were against Man City. Only one moment of switching off led to their goal. Pratt was nice going to box. Beautiful playmaking. I agree. I was impressed by Dennis Pratt in that match. Would like to see him probably. I think Dennis Pratt's earned himself another game tomorrow, I would say. Craig is saying Yuri put a few balls through to Vardy. He did. He's just not hit those high notes we saw last season, I don't think. Costa says Ndidi, Madders, Maddison, Barnes and Vardy. Let's move on to the forwards. At the moment, listen, you guys, it's sort of, we've got split decisions everywhere, but it seems like people are going for a back 5 with Fuchs in there. Sounku, obviously. Evans, I'm saying obviously. I think Ben Chilwell and Ricardo. I think you guys seem to be picking a back 5. Alex says, I think the lack of Ndidi and Hamza was the difference last week. Well, would you add them into the team, Alex? That's what I want to know. Would you put rushing Ndidi back? We did it once in the Aston Villa game against them in the cup, and it seemed to not pay off because he went off injured, obviously, in the next match. I think I'd give Wilf enough time to come back myself. At the moment, it's sounding like you guys want Dennis Pratt and Yuri Tielemans, so let's move on from that. Jamie Vardy. Now, is he a shoo-in? Is Jamie Vardy a shoo-in? Would you, let's make him nice and big there. Let's talk about Jamie Vardy. I want to know your views. Would you put Vardy in tomorrow? I'm just typing it in there. Would you put Vardy in? There you go. That's gone out there as a comment to all you guys. I want to know if you would listen. He is still the joint Premier League top scorer, but it's no coincidence that Leicester City's, we're going to have to say, it's been dodgy form of the last 8 or 9 or 10 games. Is it time? I don't think would anybody dare rest Jamie Vardy tomorrow? Listen, Iheanacho is fit. Let's go back and get him. Let's find Iheanacho. Here he is. I'm going to take him in. I think this is going to be part of the debate for tomorrow. We've got Iheanacho. We've got Jamie Vardy. Do you drop Vardy? Do you play Iheanacho? For me, I'm going to say play them both. I liked when they were both playing in that first half against Man City. I was more impressed by Nacho than Vardy. I want to know your views. Get your views in, put them in there, and I'll get them up there on screen. Neil, hi Neil from 100% LCFC does the kit room with James every Sunday night. Don't forget, go and check that out. It's on YouTube. Neil says, is Jamie Vardy a shoo-in? Is the sky blue? Neil pretty much saying Jamie Vardy will play. Daft question, says Chris Ball. It is a daft question, but it's a question I want to ask you guys. Would you, I'm not saying what Brendan Rodgers will do, I'm asking you guys what you would do. Would you drop Jamie Vardy tomorrow? Vards, Barnes and Nacho as a front three, says Lewis Brown. This is Lewis Brown's. I've got to go and get, let's go and get Harvey Barnes. Where is he? Where are you, Harvey Barnes? Can't see him for looking. There he is. Took me a while to spot him. That is exactly what. It's got flair. It has certainly got flair, that front three. Would you play those three up front tomorrow at Norwich? You've got one of the poorest defences, if not the poorest defence in there. Lewis Brown, that was his call. Vards, Barnes and Nacho as a front three. It'd be attacking, wouldn't it? I want to know, would you go for that? Andreas says Vardy in for sure. Alex Green says, I would have Vardy on because Norwich defence is poor. However, Norwich are creative up front, so we need to make sure our defence is sound. Costa is saying, oh, let's see where I've lost Costa's comment. Costa's saying, why not? Very casual, why not? Anthony Howard says, not really, we are in England. What, playing front three? That'd be exciting, wouldn't it, Anthony? Only a madman would ever want to drop Vardy for Nacho, says Mark Hunt. Is anybody going to drop Vardy? I don't think for a second Brendan Rodgers will. Ellis is saying, hi Ellis, thanks for watching. Ellis says, give Gray a chance. He's very underrated. Demarai Gray not been getting much game time recently, has he, Ellis? So not sure if that is going to be part of Brendan's team lineup for tomorrow. Look, let's put these back in. Let's see where we're going to play these. At the moment, we've got, you guys are picking 5 at the back. That's what you're saying at the moment. We've got 2 in midfield at the moment. We've still got to get, James Maddison is going to play. He's playing against Norwich, isn't he? Are we going to have Dennis Pratt, defensive, Yuri Tielemans? That's 5, 8, 9. We can only have 2 more in that. So could it be this? Could that be the lineup? James Maddison is going to have a great game tomorrow against Norwich. That is my prediction. Anthony Howard says, I would drop Vardy for Nacho. I knew some people were thinking they would Give Vardy the boot. I don't think, Anthony, it will happen, but it's interesting to get the fans' views. Anthony also goes on to say, sorry, I would like to see Gray given some minutes. Interesting, second call for Gray. Hopefully Maddison in that central attacking midfielder role. So that is Leo saying he would like to see James Maddison in this sort of role. So would you have it like that, Leo, a little bit more? You tell me, Leo. I want to know what you think, how you would set it up. Mark Charles, have we forgotten about Mark Albrighton? He gets the balls in the box. Seriously, come on. Mark, I love Mark Albrighton. I would have him in my team. He certainly would feature. I'm frustrated at times he doesn't feature much, but I don't think Brendan Rodgers is going to pick Mark Albrighton tomorrow. I don't think he's going to get any game time tomorrow. Sadly, that's how it is. James Moore is saying, boom, that's the team. That James Moore is saying that's the team. Wait, James, let me count, make sure. I've done it before when I've done one of these where I've counted the wrong amount of players. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ndidi on the bench. Let's pop him in there. What do you think to that team? I've got that as a 5-3-2, which obviously with these guys is very much a 3-5-2 as well, with Ben Chilwell bombing up and down the wings, with Ricardo Pereira bombing up and down the wings. So that it is a fluid 5 at the back. Ellis, that's why I'm answering that. I think the wingers are Ricardo Pereira and Ben Chilwell overlapping. We've seen Ricardo Pereira coming right down and supporting this way. Ben Chilwell as well, right down here. It almost becomes like that, Ellis, as an attacking 5 with sometimes 3 or 4 attacking. It's worked well for us. James Moore is saying push the wing backs higher. Just done that, James. Do you agree with that, James? Do you think that is how we could play? Tom Cooper, all right, Tommy Cooper, just like that. Give Albrighton a game, never lets us down and works his nuts off. Tom, I 100% agree with you, but don't think it would. Here's a shout for a bit of a change. Richard is saying, I would play Perez as a number 10 in the middle. I get you, Richard. I hear what you're saying. How? Tell me, Richard, if you did that, who would you move out of this team as we've got it at the moment? Let's put Ricardo back there. Beautiful. And Ben Chilwell, lovely, jubbly. There's the 5. If you were to bring Perez in, where would you play him? You've just said as a number 10 in the middle. Where do you put Maddison then? Come on, Richard. I want to know, if you put Perez in there, who drops out? How do you fix that one, Richard? Get your comments in. If we were to play Perez, how would we get it in? Craig Rowley saying play a 3-4-1-2. Tell me more. Just like Anthony's done here. Anthony said he would go 4-1-4-1 with Chilwell, Sonku, Evans, Ricky Pereira, Tielemans, Barnes, Pratt, Maddison, Perret. Come on, let's set this one up then. Crikey. I mean, this is radical in the fact, look, that is the biggest thing that Anthony is saying. Jamie Vardy gets popped on the bench. Wow. That's that. Look, let's set Anthony's team up. He's got Nacho at the front. He has got a 4 at the back. So he's dropping Christian Fuchs out there. So he's going 4 at the back. Then he has got Tielemans, who we've got in. Tielemans, Harvey Barnes. Let's get Harvey Barnes back in. Dennis Pratt, Maddison, Perez, and Iheanacho. Something like that. Is that what you're thinking? 4-1-4-1 with Perez, I guess, there. That's how Anthony's setting it up. Interesting one. Does anybody agree with Anthony's team or not? Good evening to you, Terry. Nice. Thanks for joining us. Richard saying Maddison on the right side, Pratt on the left. We have all got different opinions, which is what this show is about. Trying to pick this team that Brendan Rodgers might pick, or trying to pick the team that we would. Adam says take Tielemans out and put Madders there and out Perez in for Madders. Interesting call. This is Darth Porter saying gotta be Vardy, Iheanacho in the team. Maddison, Tielemans, Pratt behind. Anthony says make it sound a stupid thing dropping a player who hasn't scored in 8 for Nacho. Nacho is banging for. Anthony, I don't disagree with you. I think if it wasn't Jamie Vardy, I totally would understand. If it was Nacho hadn't scored in 9 goals, we would all be agreeing with you, Anthony, and saying he has to be dropped. He's had too long. It's Jamie Vardy, though. He's the talisman. He's been playing for Leicester City for all these seasons. He has ridden the raid with us. Terry's agreeing Vardy needs benching. It's a big debate. It's a big debate. Tomorrow's a massive match in lots of ways. Ellis says Chilwell for Fuchs all day long. We've got, at the moment, Ellis, we have got Ben Chilwell in that team. Chris, good evening. Get in your team. Let me know who you would have in it. We're trying to pick this. Mark Charles, I'm going to disagree with Mark saying Chilwell should not be on that. Sorry, I still think Ben Chilwell's got lots to offer and has been playing quite well, Mark. But Costa says Vardy has to play. It's the perfect match for him to bounce back. Costa, I am going to agree with what Costa says. For me, I think Jamie Vardy will play. I think he has to play. I think he has to score. If only he'd have got that goal against Man City, the one that came back in at the family stand off that post. We all celebrated. We all thought he'd scored. Leo says, I feel he needed some game time to gain his form. I'm not sure if you're on about Leo, if you're on about there Jamie Vardy, or if you're on about Iheanacho, but Iheanacho is looking good. Anthony's coming back saying, Vardy, this is Vardy. No player is bigger than the club, though. Quite right, Anthony. Or is he, Anthony? Is Jamie Vardy pulling the shots in the changing room over the last 2 or 3 seasons? Is a question. He's going to score tomorrow, is saying Graham. Keep Vardy in. I'm with you, Graham. I'm keeping the faith. I'd keep Jamie Vardy in there. James Moy saying, what is my team? We're getting there, James. We're getting there. It's not my team. James, I want your team. This is the fans' views. We want the fans' team. That's what this is all about. Mark says, you cannot drop Vardy. Come on. Are you not in the pub already? I would agree. Listen, we've got another team here. There's so many teams coming in, which is great. This is what we want. Here we go. Peter Green says, Schmeichel, Pereira, Evans, Soyuncu, Fuchs, Chowdhury, Tillemans, Perez, Madison, Barnes, Vardy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just checking to see if you have got... Well, you're playing there a 4. Well, what are you playing there? 4, 3, 3 maybe, Peter? I don't know there, Peter. Tell me, how are you setting that up? Alex is watching saying play all 3 forwards in a 4-3-3. Absolutely right. Interesting sort of formation. Whew, crikey, so many comments coming in. This is exactly why we wanted to do this show, because we think it's an interesting debate every week and everybody's got their favourites. Everybody's got their logic on it. This is what Leicester Fan TV is trying to give for you, the chance to have your views, get them on screen. We can pick your teams. We can get everything sorted, what you want to do. If you can like and share this video while you're watching it, if you can retweet it, if you can subscribe, if you're on YouTube, absolutely brilliant. Thank you for that. Costa, putting a bet on Vardy to score a hat-trick. I like to hear that, Costa. Well done. On YouTube, a 4-3-3 here from Legends saying Casper, Ricardo. So Casper in goal, and then you've got Ricardo, Soyuncu, Evans and Chilwell. Then you've got a 3 of Pratt, Tillemans and Madison. Perez, Vardy, Barnes is our best team. Come on, then let's set this one up very quickly for it. So we've got Barnes. We've got no Nacho in that. We've got Barnes, Vardy and Perez in this 3. Then he has got the 4 at the back, and then I think it's pretty much, let's check that, Tillemans, Pratt and Madison. So would you play it a bit like this? A bit narrow, that, for me, if I'm honest. A bit narrow, a 4-3-3. I know, again, we'll still see Ricardo coming forward. Does leave us a bit exposed at the back, if you ask me. That's just 2 at the back, Legends. And my issue with 2 at the back is that Norwich can come forward and do some damage. I really do think Norwich can come and do some damage. Anthony here. Look, I have to peek up for Anthony. He's saying, what message does it send to Nacho? However well you do. I'm hearing you, absolutely hearing you, Anthony. It's a good formation. Darren is saying Perez shouldn't be anywhere near the team. He's terrible. Bit harsh, Darren. I'm yet to be overly wowed by Perez, but he does work hard. He does a lot of the stuff. Will be there. Mark is saying, doesn't matter who starts, will be there making the noise. Come on, you foxes. I'd also stick the Birch on the bench. He's still got it. Ellis is saying push Barnes and Perez wider. What, in this 4-3-3 like this? A lot wider out there. And probably I would think you'd be saying let's get James Maddison in there a little bit more with Jamie Vardy. Something like that, Ellis, would that suit you? They need to be back, need to track back as wingers. Yeah, I agree. They certainly would do, these guys. Is that, Ellis, how you would set them up? Want to know your views, your comments. Keep getting them in. Jake Short says, no matter if Vardy is on poor form or not, no way you can drop Vardy. Jake, I think that's the opinion of a lot of fans. At some point, you'd have to say, hang on, if he goes 12, 14, 15 games, perhaps he needs a drop, a rest, something like that. Right. We've been picking the team. It's been fluctuating in and out there. I'm going to try and put what I think could be. I'm going to listen. You might be controversial with this. I'm dropping Perez back out that team. I really am. I'm putting Nacho in. If Nacho's fit, I'm a bit worried with his head injury that he's back this quick. But I'm really impressed by what Nacho's been doing. So I agree with Anthony, and I would get Nacho in there as part of a 2. He is in there with Jamie Vardy. I stick with Jamie Vardy. I back Jamie Vardy all the way through. He's done us proud all the way. James Maddison is going to have a stonker against his former club. Harvey Barnes, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Harvey Barnes, but I'm going to pop him back on the bench at the moment. There he is. He's back up there. And Christian Fuchs, I liked seeing 3 at the back. I tell you why, because I love it that these guys do all this work down these wings. So I think the fullbacks, flying fullbacks, whatever you want to call them, are important. We've got Soyuncu. We've got Johnny Evans. And we've got Christian Fuchs. As a back 3, which is a back 5, you've got Yuri, who can help with Maddison. You've got Dennis Pratt, who's been playing box to box, been playing very nicely and looking after things. Impressed by what I'm seeing by Dennis Pratt. He already has an understanding with Yuri Telemans. I'd play those maybe a little bit more so that they're covering that area. These guys have got the room. Nacho and Vardy. I'm going to say that is my team as a 5-3-2, a 3-5-2, however you want to call it. That is my team for tomorrow. I want your final comments if you like the look of that team for tomorrow. I'm just going to finish setting it up, and then I'm going to post all your comments on there to see if you agree or disagree with me. This is how I'm seeing it. I've been listening to what you've been saying, trying to get as many different things in there from your views. Few of you wanting Perez in there, few of you wanting Ndidi in there, few of you saying Hamza. It's difficult. We've got to try and pick an 11. I'm going to just count them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 10, 11. I have to count in my head. That is my 11. Let me know what you think. Let's get these comments in. Terry says, Alex, sorry, says, Terry Fuller, this is what I've been saying all week. Do not underestimate Norwich. I totally agree with you on there. Mark is saying, shut Pookie out or just take him out. I agree. Pookie looked very good, Mark, when he came to Leicester. No to Fuchs. He got tired, says Costa. Interesting shout. Daz is saying 4-4-2. Casper, Justin, Soyuncu, Evans, with Fuchs, Ricardo, Maddison, Pratt, Chilwell, Vardy, Nacho. Interesting. James Moore, Fuchs, left side centre back. Sorry. So left as we're looking over there. What do you do? Put you'll have to forgive me. Something like that. Is that what you mean, James? Ndidi has to play if he's fit, says somebody who I've lost their comment. Oh, it's Costa. Thank you, Costa. Mark saying, if he starts going wrong, who do you bring on then, Phil? Well, Harvey Barnes or Perez, if you want goals. And if you want to shore it up, you've got Wilfred Ndidi, to be honest with you. Mark, that would be my answer. Please, Nacho similar to Okazaki. Yeah, I agree. I think Nacho is offering a little bit there with Jamie Vardy, offering a bit of support to him with you. If we play that midfield, Tielemans will have to sit back so we won't get exposed. Yes, I've got him. I've got him quite deep, Anthony. I agree with you. Graham Moore says, looks good to me. Thanks, Graham. Thank you. Thank you. It's not my team. This is your team. This is the team we are trying to pick. Terry saying, blob on, but Vardy out. Barnes with Iheanacho. Here we go. I see what you're doing there, Terry. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he'll do that. That is, I think, the fans' team for tomorrow. It's not everybody's team, but that is where I think the fans are taking it. Let me know if you've enjoyed this show tonight. If you want us to do one of these every week, that would be great. We're happy to do it. Interesting to get your views and let us know what you want to see more of and what you want to see less of. Thanks ever so much as ever to these guys who help us buy the equipment so that we can do this totally free for you guys as ever. Thanks to all these guys, Peter's Pizzas, Fox's Arms, Hologram, Harlow Geek Life, Emergency Glazing Vehicle, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Tigers Everards and ADT. And of course, I've not left out Bodie Hodges. They're our chosen charity that we are here to support. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to us. If you're watching on Facebook or the Facebook group, please like and share this. And if you're over on Periscope and Twitter, please retweet it and give us a little heart. Appreciate it. Most of all, thanks for all your comments as ever. This has been the new Fox's Tactics Show from Leicester Fan TV. Cheers. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for watching. It was a bit of a one-off, bit of a trial. Really keen to get anybody's views. If anybody's still watching, thank you for all your comments and helping me pick a team. If you are still watching, please do let us know what you'd like to see more of and what you'd like to see less of. And if you ever want to come on and be part of the content team, we're always open to new people who want to do stuff, want to do shows, want to get their views out there, want to get their face out there, whatever it is you want to do, please do get in touch with me via Facebook or Twitter, or send us an email at contact@leicesterfantv.com. It's time for a beer. It's nearly the weekend. Thanks everybody for watching. See you soon.